What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Purri channel. Happy Sunday. I hope everyone has a great Sunday and an even better week. We woke up another day. We're alive. If you're still watching, thank you. I appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. On today's episode, I'm actually going to be giving you guys a tutorial on how to make infused gummies. So stay tuned. Peace. So for your gummies, you need some jello. You can use regular honey if you like. I'd rather use agave. You need some gelatin, some molds, a dropper to drop it in the molds, and of course your infused butter. You don't have to use butter. You can use tinctures or oil if you have, but I'm using butter. So yeah, this is all the stuff that you need. Okay guys, so the first step in making your gummies, your infused gummies, you want to make sure that you have some oil. I'm using 1/3 cups of infused oil. My oil is super strong, so that's how much I want to use in my gummies. Again, like I tell people, it's up to you how much you want to use depending on how strong your oil or your butter or whatever it is that you're using. I did use butter, and what I did is I melted it down, so you want to make sure if you're using butter that you melt it down. I'm also going to be using 6 ounces of cherry jello, and then I'm going to mix it with half of orange jello. And then because I'm using 2 packets, you make sure that you have 2 packs of gelatin, and then also make sure that you have a rubber spatula or a rubber whisk, because if you use metal, it'll break up the gelatin once it starts forming together and it just will not work right. Now you want to make sure as well that you have 2 pots. So you want to get a big pot and a small one that could fit inside of it. The jello, the mix, everything is going to go inside of here. Now the point of this is to make sure that the heat's not directly hitting it, because if you put it just in one pot, it'll break up the gelatin and it won't all form together. So you want to make sure that you're using 2 pots. Now in this pot where the mixture of everything is going to go in, you want to make sure that you have 1 cup of water inside of there. And yeah, here we go. So first you're going to add your butter in. Now when you're adding the butter in, you want to make sure that you're stirring everything. And like I said, you want to make sure your heat is on low setting for the beginning part of this. And as you keep adding other things in, then you'll gradually, make the heat a little higher. So we're going to mix that in. Smells amazing. Want to make sure that you're getting that mix good, because it's oil and water. And then next you're going to add in 1 packet of the gelatin first. Don't add 2 packets all at once. You want to do it gradually, so start with 1 packet first. So now you're going to add in your gelatin. Also make sure that your gelatin is non-flavored when you do add it in. You don't want to have any mixed flavors in there. And now you're going to mix that in. Also, once you add the gelatin in, you can turn the heat up a little more. Now you want to gradually add in your 2nd pack of gelatin. And just keep stirring and mixing that in. Make sure it's all mixed in together good. Now we're adding in the 6 ounces of the red jello, cherry. You want to add in the jello gradually and make sure you're mixing it all together well. And just keep stirring. Now we're going to add in half of the orange jello. Also, guys, when you're making your butter and your oil or your tinctures or whatever, if you didn't add lecithin in it, make sure that you add lecithin to the jello mix now, because it'll help it to stay all together and for everything to just, you know, combine together well. So if you didn't add lecithin when you were making your butter, your oil, or your tincture, add it when you're making the jello mixture. Now that you have both jello mixtures in there, now you're gonna put the heat up to high because you want it to come to a boil. So this way everything can fully combine together. So now you just put the heat up to high and let it start really boiling. And just keep mixing and mixing so you make sure that everything blends together well. You have your mixture of everything together. The last step, you want to make sure that the water's boiling on the bottom and that the actual jello is not boiling. You know what I mean? You just want to make sure it's all boiling together, blending together well for 5 minutes. But you don't want the jello and the jello mixture to actually be at a boil. You want the water under there to be at a boil. Want to just keep mixing, and this is what it looks like. It smells amazing, guys. Yeah, just keep mixing it and mixing it. And then after this, we're gonna transfer it into a measuring cup and we're gonna get it into the molds. Okay guys, so once it's in the measuring cup, now you're gonna take a spoon and you're just gonna taste it to see if you feel like it needs to be sweeter. If you do want it sweeter, you can add agave, honey, sugar, whatever sweetener you choose to add. If you want to sweeten, or if you feel like this is perfect, then you're just going to take the dropper from here and just start dropping it into the molds. Okay, so you're going to take some in the dropper and you're just going to start filling your molds. I did add a little bit of agave to mine just to give it a little extra sweetness. And yeah, so you're basically going to just fill your molds up, guys. Fill them all up. Keep adding to the molds, you know, according to however many you want to make. And then once your molds are all filled up, you're going to just add it inside the fridge. These are our molds. They're fully done and ready to go into the fridge, so we're gonna pop them into the fridge next. These are the other molds we did. So the jello, using the 6 ounces and half of another one, we already made 4 molds and we have enough there where we can probably make like another mold, so you'll get at least like 5 molds out of it. Also, when you're putting them in the fridge, you want to make sure that you're leaving them for 20 minutes tops or more. Hey guys, so they're out the fridge. This is the final result. Just pop them out, put them on some parchment paper, and do what you do with them. But yeah, this is the final result. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned because I'm going to keep posting videos as I keep making different infused edibles, gummies, and you name it. So thank you for watching, guys. Peace.